Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, I'm back for a little bit anyways. So I have been taking some much needed time off. There has been some things that are going on in my life that I can't talk about here that has been keeping me away from YouTube. And I'll be really honest with you too, is I have gotten burnt out with skincare, especially from, what I'm seeing on social media and here on YouTube. It's kind of got me burnt out. And I know that seems weird to say for someone who is an esthetician, but I just get tired of, the overhyping of the products, the overhyping of these devices, how they're going to change your life and make you look like you had a facelift. And it's just like this content that people are putting out is just kind of getting to me. And a lot of these content creators aren't disclosing that they've had procedures done, or they're resulting to getting procedures when they're trying to sell you a device to lift up your face. And it's just becoming overwhelming. And then we have the dermatologist, the toxicologist, the chemist out here trying to become YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram famous, and everybody's falling for everything. And it's just sometimes like, I'm just kind of like tired of it. So, I, have been gravitating a lot towards makeup because makeup makes me happy, and I love watching makeup content because to me, watching makeup content is sort of like what skincare videos used to be, where people actually demoed things in real time, showing you their skin, throughout the whole routine. Hence my content that I put out here is I pretty much demonstrate everything that I show you that I have here on the channel in full routines, so you can follow along, or in case you have questions and you really want to see what my skin looks like. So, and I've been kind of a little bit depressed from some things that have been going on in my life, and I'm trying not to let it get to me, but last week I had a really, really rough week. And it did get to me. And so I had like a relapse with like my fitness and a little bit of my diet. And then this week, it's been really windy here. So pollen's blowing all over the place and my allergies have just been so terrible. And hopefully they won't act up in this video. So now I can't come back fully to YouTube yet because I have a lot of things going on, but I still want to try to keep a presence on here as much as I can, and but I'm having a hard time with keeping up with everything. Hence, I have just, completely like taken 3 weeks off of everything. I'm not even on my socials. I've just been kind of letting all that stuff go because I can't get to your comments. I can't get to your questions fast enough because I just have a lot going on outside of here. And for most of you that follow along here on the channel know that YouTube is not my full-time job. It is more like a hobby to where I can share my passion and help you guys, okay? So let's talk about some new makeup first before we get into the skincare. I'll get into the skincare when we do this one treatment. Now, we're not going to be using devices this evening. I haven't been doing my microcurrent. I have just been keeping up with red LED light therapy because that's what fits into my schedule. It takes me 7 minutes to complete my LED light treatment because I'm using the Misama light devices. And that's what works for me right now. And boy, do I miss microcurrent, but I just don't have the time for it right now. Hopefully I will soon, and I'm sorry to keep repeating myself with that, but it's just the way that life is right now for me. So for new makeup, I have some new makeup here that is knocking my socks off. First, I want to talk about my eyeshadow. So if you caught that I have been watching a lot of makeup content lately, because I enjoy the makeup looks, learning about new makeup looks, and learning about new products that are out there. However, I do have to stop because I get suckered into these products. And the next thing I know, I'm buying them. And these are not cheap products, by the way, either. I'm a Taurus. My birthday is this Saturday. I'm going to be 48. And us Tauruses, we like luxury and pretty things. And you can see that from all the makeup that I'm going to show you. I just really enjoy luxury makeup. It makes me feel pretty and it feels good going on and it looks good on my skin. I'm not saying it's the best of the best, but I just enjoy putting it on when I know it's really pretty from the packaging to what's inside. So I recently picked up the Dior Show 5-color quints, and this is their limited edition quints. This is in their Cananda packaging. So these quints I'm about to show you are limited edition. I have 3 of them. The first one I picked up is called Brown Cashmere, and I am wearing it today. Now, this is special because of the packaging. This is the same packaging as the Lady Dior. The packaging on this, the hard plastic with the design, is representative of the Lady Dior handbag. I'll put a picture up over here with the Cananda imprints on it. And what's inside is this beautiful 5-color palette. Now, what makes these special is not only the packaging, but the formula of these quints. This formula is different than the quints that you can buy that are part of their permanent collection and their new limited release collection, which is called the Riviera Summer 2025 collection. This is more of a creamier, buttery, soft formula that is very easy to blend, and it's very long wearing. I just love this palette so much. Now, this one is really pretty if you like browns and you like golds, sort of like that warmer brown gold color story. I have it on my eyes today, and I put this on at 6 o'clock, or actually at 5:30 this morning, and it is now 4:22 p.m. and it still looks perfect like I applied it this morning. These eyeshadows from this specific Dior collection are the longest formula eyeshadows that I have for wear. My other long wearing formula is going to be by Viseart, which is another favorite. What I love about these Dior quints is not only the formula, but it's just a really easy palette to, for the workday. When you don't have a lot of time, there's some of these in here that can be one and done eyeshadows, but it's very easy to put a look together with these palettes versus looking at something like a Viseart palette. This is which one is this? This is the Cashmere palette. And you look at this, and then you look at this. Confusing, right? But what's even more confusing is looking at a Natasha Denona palette. And you have this, where the Viseart palette is easier to take in because of the size, and these are easy to travel with. So I think I'm going to be going away from these bigger palettes because they just get quite confusing for me, and you can't travel with them to where like something like this is easy to travel with, and so is this Dior quint. Now, I am going to try to refrain myself from buying any more eyeshadow. I have a ton of eyeshadow, and I really need to do an updated eyeshadow palette video. I did pick up the new Viseart. I did pick up a new Viseart palette, which actually would be a great dupe for this Dior quint. And this is the Praline palette that they just re-released. This is a limited edition palette. But as you can see, it is very similar to this Dior Brown Cashmere. So if you have this, you don't need this unless you want the formula, by the way. The only color that's not in here is that is dupeable is the middle shade, which is a very nice like topper shade or inner corner shade that is, it looks ivory, but it has a little bit of gold reflect in it. But this is also $44. This is $77 or $71. So, let me show you the other palettes. Now, I have 3 palettes, and 2 of them are my favorite and 1 not so much. So I picked up the brown cashmere palette first. I fell in love with the formula, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to try more. I need more because I just really love these. Now, with these palettes, you do get this plastic sheet, and then it comes with a sponge tip applicator and a brush. Sorry, we got cut off. So with this palette, you do get a plastic cover that has this plastic sheath over them. And I haven't taken these out yet, but I like to keep the plastic over these to protect the eyeshadows. I don't know why. It's not like I'm going to be traveling with it anytime soon. I just like to keep it that way. And again, the case is a hard plastic and there is a mirror in there. These aren't refillable. So the next favorite one that I have is going to be Silk Taupe. So brown cashmere and Silk Taupe are the most popular. And I can tell you the reason being behind it is, even though these are a neutral palette collection, there's a total of 4 in this limited edition collection. You have Silk Taupe, brown cashmere, rose organza, which I have, and then you have a coral palette. I didn't pick up the coral palette because I don't gravitate towards those colors. So this is Silk Taupe, and I love this palette too. This is so, so pretty. Now, oh no, one of the shadows just popped out. What? That's not supposed to happen. Okay, now let me try to press that back in there. Okay, I pressed it back in there. Just the glue came up a little bit undone. So, woof. You pay that kind of money for that, for luxury beauty, you would hope that wouldn't happen. But that actually happened to one of my Westman Atelier palettes too. One of the blushes popped out, and I just pressed it back in because the glue got, I think during shipping, something happened to the glue, and I just pressed it and it went back in and it never popped out again. So I'm hoping that's going to be the case for this one too. So I'm going to just press this in there again with the sponge tip applicator, and it kind of sucks because I did just damage the shadow, but I'm putting it back together. So, all right, so here is Silk Taupe. So Silk Taupe is a really beautiful color story. With the brown cashmere, I would say all the shadows in there except for one is matte. One is matte and the rest all have some sort of shimmer to them. With the Silk Taupe, you have 2 matte shades. You have this gray taupe shade, and then you have this pinky rich brown here. That is a matte shade. This one in the center is a satin, and then this is a shimmer, more like a topper shade. This formula is just, oh, and this one is a satin shade too, by the way. This formula is just as beautiful as the brown cashmere. It's creamy, it's buttery, it's buildable, easy to blend out. So these palettes are great if you aren't good at applying eyeshadow, if you're a beginner. They're very, very beautiful. And I can say that about the Silk Taupe and the brown cashmere, which is the first one I showed you. So that's Silk Taupe, which is a favorite. And I'm going to wear this on Saturday for my birthday because we are going to go to Napa for the day to celebrate my birthday because my actual birthday is on Saturday. So this is a palette I'm going to wear for sure. And then here's a chunky shadow that I took out. I'm talking to myself and I need to stop. Now, my least favorite is this one, which is called the Rose Organza. Now, I was looking for a really pretty pink color palette that wasn't Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. And this caught my attention because I loved the formula of these two. So I'm like, you know what, let's pick up this one. Because originally I was thinking about picking up this one, but I wasn't for sure because I didn't really see any content out on YouTube with anybody picking this one up. So I'm like, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to try it. Well, I will have to tell you that this formula seems different than these two. It's not as creamy or buttery, and it's not as pigmented as the other two. I really have to build up these shades for them to show off decently on my skin. And I am a light to medium skin tone right now. If you have fair to light skin, this would probably work better on you. But if you have light to medium skin or deeper, I would say that you would probably have a hard time with this one showing up on your skin. You'd have to really build up these colors. Now, this is a beautiful color story. It is a warmer pink color story, but it's not as warm as Charlotte Tilbury. And this pop shade right here is really pretty. It's white, but it has a pink iridescence to it. So overall, I really, really like this color story, and it is very pretty, but the formula just is different than the other two. And I have a feeling that this formula is going to be similar to the coral one too, which I'll put a picture of it right here. So if you want to see any of these palettes, please let me know. I can create a makeup look with them. But if you're curious about them, the two that I can honestly recommend that are my favorite are Silk Taupe and Brown Cashmere. Perfect for summer, any time of year actually. And very easy to travel with, and also very easy to put a look together, because in all three of these palettes, you do have one and done shades, which is nice, or you can create a full-on look with all 5 shades like I did today, and it doesn't look like it's too much. Now I have 4 more things that I picked up from Dior. So I did pick up their concealer in the Forever Skin Concealer, the one that comes with the glass bottle with the blue top. I returned that because it had a very strong fragrance, just like their foundations do, and it caused my eyes to get really red and watery. And that concealer was really dry and really thick. It's a really like full coverage concealer, full beat, and that's just not my jam, so I did return that. But I picked up 2 of their new luminizers. The first one I picked up was Nude Halo. So these come in that same packaging as the bronzers, except for the bronzer. It is a tan color, and these are silver, and it is cushy with the silver Christian Dior emblem on it. So this is Nude Halo. It is so pretty. Now there's Gold Halo and there's Nude Halo. So Gold Halo, I think, would be great for fair to light skin. But if you have light to medium or medium to tan skin, I think Nude Halo would work best, because this has a really pretty nice gold shift to it, where Gold Halo has a pink and platinum shift to it. It doesn't look gold on the skin, so it's too light for me. But this one looks really beautiful. Now, what I love about these luminizers, the luminizer or the strobe, is that these are a beautiful highlight that looks very natural and like gives you the look of healthy skin. They're not blingy, they're not in your face. These ones are not chunky glitter. The one that they have that is a chunky glitter highlight is called the Sequins. So here we have Nude Halo. Now my favorite, and I'm wearing it today, so you could tell like how natural it is. This is such a beautiful highlighter, and this is called Pink Strobe. Now don't let this pink color scare you, because it's not pink on the skin. It actually looks gold with a pink shift, and this is very natural, just like the Halo highlighter, to where it just looks like healthy, glowing, radiant skin. These are so beautiful. These are like a gel powder formula, and they're gorgeous. Now, they are fragranced, just so you know, just like the bronzer. All the luxury makeup houses fragrance pretty much their powders, all their powder products, just so you guys know. Some of their concealers. With the YSL, their bronzer is not scented, it's fragrance free, and their loose powder is fragrance free, but their pressed powder does have fragrance in it, just so you know. And their blushes are fragrance free too. Now, actually I have 3 more things from Dior. So part of that Canage release, they released a new mascara. And this is called the Dior Over Volume Mascara. And it's the same beautiful packaging as those eyeshadow palettes, the Canage, and it's a hard plastic. This mascara is so gorgeous. If you love a really volumizing lash look to where it looks like you're wearing, you know, big false lashes, this is the mascara for you. It has one of those hourglass spiky silicone wands, and there are a couple spikes here at the end. Now, this mascara gives you really great volume with just one coat, but if you build it up, it'll give you those va-va-voom lashes. Now, it also states that this is flake-proof, water-resistant, sweat-proof, and it doesn't smudge. Now, I was like, okay, well, that sounds like my jam. It's like my tubing mascara, so I wanted to give it a try because I've given up on regular mascara, and I have only been using tubing mascara. Well, unfortunately, it does smudge on me right up here on my brow bone because my lashes have gotten so long, and it's because I'm using the tubing mascara. It keeps my lashes very nice and healthy, that they have regained their health. So when I put this on, it does stretch my lashes, and they touch my brow bone right here. So no matter if I powder my eyes before eyeshadow, I get the smudging with this, and I even get it down here a little bit below my lower lashes, and I don't wear mascara on my lower lashes. So it does smudge. So if you have hooded eyes, if you normally get smudging down here on your under eyes from your mascara, then I would avoid this. But if you don't have issues with your mascara smudging, then definitely check this out if you're looking for the most volumizing mascara I have ever tried. It is a beautiful formula. It's very easy for me to take off. I can take it off really nicely with my oil cleanser. It comes off just like that. With this mascara though, I am going to keep it, and I'm going to save this for like evenings out. So I can use it, but I cannot use it for all day use because then I'm going to look at like a raccoon at the end of the day. Now for my other Dior products, I have one of them on right now. I picked up one of their Dior Addict lip glosses or lipsticks. This is called the Dior Addict. This is number 428, and it's Rodeo or Rodeo. They come in this beautiful case, and these are refillable, so you can get the case, keep the case, and then just buy the replacement. However, this is a new shade that they don't have the refill for yet, but this is the shade. I am wearing it right here. It is so pretty. This is like a really pretty pinky nude color. So pretty. I love the way that this feels on the lips. It's not drying. It's not too thick and heavy, and I just really love this color. Like, I really love this lipstick. It is so good. Gives you like a really nice shine without it being too shiny. It's not matte. It just looks really pretty on my lips, and it does last for a few hours, and it leaves behind this really pretty stain on my lips once it wears away. But I do love these lipsticks. It's so pretty, and this color in particular, it pretty much can go with anything that I wear. And then like right now, the blush that I'm wearing, which I've been totally addicted to, these Westman Atelier baby cheek duos. So this is the Petal and Biscuit, so baby cheeks and sculpting duo. I am wearing this today. This has been my go-to. Petal is like the most versatile blush ever. I just really love these. I love the packaging. I love the formula of these. I love how they apply to my skin. They last all day. They don't fade. These are just worth, to me, these are worth every penny. So my last Dior product that I picked up, which is one of their lip maximizers. So a lot of people, this has a cult following. Okay, so this is their plumping lip gloss, and I got the shade Intense Rosewood. I can't see the number, but it's Intense Rosewood, and it kind of, it's almost an exact dupe for this shade right here that I have on my lips, which is Rodeo. Now, I got this first, and I'm like, oh, I really like this color. I wonder if I could find a lipstick and like the same color. And so that's when I saw this one, and I just picked it up. So a couple things about this. This is not a strong plumping lip gloss. This has a minty feeling, a minty taste and a minty tingling to it, but it is not tense. The applicator is so tiny. It's like the complete opposite of the YSL plumping lip oils, but it is a pretty formula. I do like it. I would say it's not as plumping as what I would like it to be. It's just very subtle. To me, I don't really see much plumping with this. It's more of maybe like that psychological thing to where I think because I feel the mintiness, I think my lips look plumper, but I don't get that from this. But it is a very beautiful gloss. I mean, the packaging is gorgeous. And I'm not sure if I would repurchase this or not. I do have to wear it a little bit longer, but it doesn't give me the plumping that I'm looking for. So there's those. These have been living in my purse along with my other two favorite lip glosses. So these are the YSL lip plumping oil glosses, and I love these so much. These really do plump up your lips and make them look so juicy. I love the formula of these. These are my favorite lip plumpers because they're, for lip oil, it feels more like a gloss, but it's not sticky. It's very smooth. They're very moisturizing and hydrating on the lips. And so are these two, by the way. You want a treaty? Okay, I'll give you a treaty. So I love those YSL lip plumping oil glosses, and they definitely plump up your lips and also enhance the color of your lips versus where the Dior Lip Maximizer doesn't do that for me. So still a favorite. Now, I would say if you're interested in this Dior over volume mascara, but you have issues with your mascara smudging on you because you have hooded eyes, it's very comparable to the Kulfi mascara. I'm wearing my Kulfi mascara today. So this is a tubing mascara, and this gives me great volume to where it does look similar to this Dior over volume mascara. This is a lot cheaper. This is $33. This is $24. It's available at Sephora. This is available at Sephora too. Any of these Dior products that I am talking about are available at Sephora and Ulta and Nordstrom, by the way. So this Kulfi mascara, I have to tell you, this is like my new favorite mascara. Every time I reach for my Cali Ray now, I am disappointed. I have to try to use this up because I'm going to probably just start wearing this one to work and save this one for the weekends when I have the longer days, just so I can use this up because I don't want to waste it. But I love this. I love the way it comes off. I love the way it makes my lashes look. My lashes seem to be a lot healthier since I switched to this one versus this one, but it's just a beautiful mascara. So I just wanted to talk about that. So a couple more makeup products before we go into skincare. So as you guys know, my favorite foundation is the Guerlain Latent Glow Terracotta Glow Foundation. So I have the shade 2.5. I absolutely love this glow formula. Love, love, love. I love it so much. Now, it does have a fragrance to it, but it is very light. It's not strong like the Dior. So I love that foundation so much. I wanted to pick up their original Terracotta foundation, which is the Guerlain Terracotta Latent. Now, this is a matte foundation. So this is a liquid to powder foundation. It does give you a glow like I have it on today. But what's nice about this foundation is that it's more of that satin matte finish, almost similar to the Armani Luminous Silk foundation, but the Armani Luminous Silk is just a little bit more luminous than this one. This one is a self-setting foundation. So for those of you who have mature skin, if you have oily skin, mature oily skin, you will love this foundation because it really smooths out the texture and blurs the skin. So it doesn't enhance your fine lines and wrinkles. If you have dry skin, you will have to really prep your skin underneath this with some really good moisture and hydration. Otherwise, it can be a bit drying. Now, I picked this up and I have been testing it since the weekend. I have it on today. And the longer I wear it, the better I like it. When I first apply it, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I did do a light powdering with this. I did use my YSL All Hours Hyper, I think it's, what is it, All Hours? All Hours Hyper Blur Translucent Setting Powder. And I actually didn't need that this morning, but I would have to do a midday powder. Now, I was looking for a summer foundation for those long days where I don't want to keep powdering my foundation. I would go for the glow, but on those hot days, I do have a tendency to get really oily in my T-zone, and I don't want to keep powdering my face. So I wanted to test this out and see how it would work. And so far, I really love it. It is a beautiful foundation. It would be better for those who have normal to oily skin versus those who have dry skin. But it's very great if you have a lot of texture in your skin and you're looking for a matte foundation that just looks really, really gorgeous and healthy and natural on the skin. I will say though that this one does look a little bit more makeup-y on the skin versus this one because it's a little bit more fuller coverage than the glow. The glow is a light to medium coverage. This is more of a medium coverage for me. But what I love about these Guerlain foundations is they stick to my nose when I apply them, so I don't have to go in with an extra layer of concealer. They say that they aren't transfer proof, but they are a little bit, they do transfer a bit if you rub your face really hard. But, you know, I'm a person that loves to hug people. So one of the things that's embarrassing for me is when I hug someone and my makeup gets on their shirt or their blouse. I tried to avoid it, but it's an awkward hug. And I don't get that with these Guerlain foundations. So I'm testing this out still. I will give you my final word on it as soon as it gets a little bit warmer. I did wear this with the sunscreen yesterday, and it was disaster, and it was all because of the sunscreen. The sunscreen is horrible, which I will get to. Now, I do have, I did pick up the Guerlain Terracotta Concealer. So my foundation shades are 2.5N, so I picked up the concealer in 2N. This arrived yesterday, so I tested it out today, and I have to say, I really love it. I really, really love it. So this is a very light, well, I would say it's a light coverage concealer. It's not a medium coverage, but this is beautiful for mature skin. So if you're looking for a concealer that is light coverage, you don't need a lot of coverage for dark circles, then this is beautiful. It is, this also can be self-setting too, but I always set mine, but it really smooths out your under eyes. It lasts all day. It's also transfer proof. Makes a great makeup primer too. So this is really, really beautiful for mature skin. I love it. And of course, my other favorites are for mature skin are going to be Haus Labs. Now, Haus Labs is a medium coverage concealer, but I love this because this is really hydrating and it also smooths out the texture underneath your eyes as well. The Colfi is also beautiful. This is the most hydrating out of both of those. Not as smoothing, but it's very hydrating and it's just a beautiful concealer and it is affordable too. So those are my concealers. I wanted to give you guys an update on some of my makeup here. Yeah, I'm not buying any more makeup. I have to tell you, I have to stop. I was going crazy. And it's just makeup just makes me feel good because when I have time to apply it, it just takes me to another world, you know? And I love to play with eyeshadow and create beautiful looks. I don't have time to do that during the week, but that's what I like to do on the weekends. And that's why sometimes I like to film get ready with me videos because I love to apply eyeshadow. Now, I'm so head over heels with the Guerlain products that I had to stop myself from picking up one of their blushes. Now, I do have their Terracotta Light Healthy Glow bronzer in medium cool. They just released the limited edition one. I do like this. This is really pretty. I have it on today. And this has a slight shimmery effect to it. And this is great, a great bronzer if you're wearing a matte foundation and you want some healthy glow into the skin. But I will say is it runs kind of light. These look really natural and more like second skin on the skin versus a true bronzer where it's just really bronzy on the skin. So, all right, so there's that. So that is it for makeup. Now, I will go wash my face and we'll prepare for my treatment tonight. Now, I'll talk to you about what I'm going to cleanse my skin with really quick. So I'm going to go in with the Prequel cleansers. Now, I had a leftover, I had some leftover of the Isden Essential Cleanser, and that's a emulsifying oil cleanser. And I was using that for a bit, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I like this as much as I like the Prequel. So I went back to my Prequel, and yes, I love my Prequel more so than the Isden. The Isden used to be my favorite. Prequel has taken that over, and it's a lot cheaper too. And then I had another bottle of the, I have 2 bottles of Viktoria De Ann cleansers, back bar size. They're balancing and they're purifying. And you guys all know that I loved those cleansers. Now, I went and opened my Purify cleanser and I was using it. And I just noticed that it just didn't give me the same feeling as the Prequel cleanser. So I went back to my Prequel cleanser. I love this cleanser. I use this as my morning cleanser, and I also use it as my second cleanse at night after I use their oil cleanser to remove my makeup and sunscreen. So I went back to that. Now I was gonna do an empties video and I just decided not to do it because they were getting too much and I just was getting all stressed out. So I threw all those away. I don't think I want to do empties anymore. So just let me know if you would like for me to restart that, because I do have something to add because I did finish this Prequel cleanser. I finished my Neova Total DNA Repair, and then I also finished a Calecim eye lifting contour cream. For those of you who want to know, this lasted me 2 months and 2 weeks. I have been without it for a week. My shipment isn't going to be here until Monday. Yeah, I ordered it a little bit late. So let's get into my skincare. Oh, one more thing. So I have been wearing my hair natural in the curly state. And I don't really like to wash my hair every day, but sometimes when I wake up in the morning, my curls just don't look good. And, you know, it's in between washings. When I wear my hair curly, I usually go I want to go every other day. Sometimes I have to go every day. Well, I found a solution for that. So this is, I didn't wash my hair this morning when I went to work. What I did is on my, in between my wash days from when I wear it curly, I have been using my Après treatment. So this is my bond repair treatment. I usually use this 1 or 2 times a week before I discovered my new thing. So this morning when I woke up, I didn't brush my hair. I just misted my hair with my Après all over. And this is the end result. I didn't even comb it. I just refreshed my curls with it. Now, it does kind of give your curls a look like you do have product in it. And it doesn't feel heavy or anything, but it does feel like you have a little bit of product in it. But it did its job. And my curls look great today. And I didn't have to wash my hair. Now, I will wash my hair tomorrow. But the bonus is I'm getting my bond treatment in. And it refreshed my curls. Now, I wouldn't do this 2 days in a row, but if you want to skip a day in between your washings when you wear your hair curly and you don't want to get it fully wet and put more product in it, this is a great alternative. Leave-in conditioners don't work well for me to refresh my curls. They just make it look really lifeless and it looks like I'm wearing a conditioner in my hair and doing an all-day conditioning treatment, but this doesn't. Now for Apres, I do have a 20% off discount code. I'll leave it in Shop My Shelf. As you guys know, I don't list things down in the description box because I don't have enough time to do all that. It takes a lot of time to make these videos, by the way, you know, sitting down to film, you have to edit and then fill out the description box. That's why I use Shop My Shelf. Everything is in one place, and I put the link down below in the description box for this video. It'll take you to this video. You'll see the thumbnail of this video, and I list all the products there that I talk about or used in this video. And I have been doing that because it's a lot easier. Now, it doesn't really get my channel a lot of attention because I don't have specific products, you know, down there in the box to catch the search engine, but I'm not here on YouTube to make money. So, you know, but it's a lot easier for me. So I'm sorry if that's a pain in the tail, but I just don't have time to put all that stuff in the description box for you guys. So I'm going to go cleanse my skin, and we're going to come back and do my skincare, and then I will talk to you guys about some products. Okay, I'm back, and here is my freshly cleansed skin. So you guys can see my skin and what it looks like. Still looking pretty good. So tonight we're going to skip the Viktoria De Ann Peptides because I'm going to use this 5-second daily peel pad from Neova. So I like to use these sometimes once a week, sometimes every other week, or sometimes I'll go a little bit longer in between. I'm gonna show you guys Misha really quick. Come here, Kim, come say hi. Here's the baby. She got her hair cut yesterday. Doesn't she look so cute? Say hi, Misha Boo. Hi. She wants me to give her a treaty, so I'm going to give that. Her nails are a little bit sharp, and she just jabbed me. I took her for a ride earlier today when I had to go drop something off at the post office, and she scratched my arm. All right, so I'm still on this first box. This is a box. This box, there's 30 peels in here. I don't use these every day. Sometimes I use it once a week. Sometimes I use it every other week. And sometimes I go in between longer because I'll use other things. I will say though that these are my favorite way to exfoliate my skin because you get a really nice peel and it lasts for a couple days. It really helps with the texture of your skin, your pores. I like to use things that have AHAs and BHAs in them because I do suffer from large pores on my forehead, in my T-zone, and right here on the chin. And these really help keep that clean and minimize the texture the best. But there's sometimes where my skin feels a little bit sensitive and I can't use these. And that's what I opt for, the ABP11 Plus Green Rooibos Gentle Resurfacing Toner from my Sama. This is a newer bottle. I used this once. So this is a really great resurfacing toner that you can use 2 to 3 times a week, once a week on your skin. This is great if you have sensitive skin. So this has AHAs, BHAs, and it also has polyhydroxy acids in it. This has that beautiful scent of tea in it. Oh, I love it. It smells so good. So what's nice about this is it has that green rooibos extract in it from Mesama. So interesting fact, as we all know that green tea is really good at speeding up our results with LED light therapy. Green rooibos tea is more potent with your LED light therapy than what green tea is. And also it does not contain caffeine in it like green tea does. Green tea has naturally occurring caffeine in it and green rooibos tea does not. As you guys have heard me mention before, I don't like to use caffeine in my skincare products, and I avoid it because caffeine is a vasoconstrictor and it closes off your blood vessels. It constricts them to move out the fluid and keep it from re-entering. So if you have blood pooling right in through here, that's creating your darkness, or if you have puffiness underneath the eyes or redness in the face, A lot of people and a lot of skincare companies put caffeine in their skincare, but what it does is, since it's a vasoconstrictor, it actually starves your skin of nutrition. So with everyday use, it's going to age your skin because you're cutting off that blood supply essentially, and that's where our skin gets its nutrients. It's what feeds our skin. It's what creates collagen and elastin. And with everyday use, you're going to start to notice more fine lines and wrinkles, more sagging skin, just to have those temporary results. You're better off doing lymphatic drainage, getting in there, working in the fascia, opening up those channels, do a vibration plate or do a rebounder or both like I do. It helps with lymphatic drainage. I don't even need to do lymphatic drainage massage anymore because that completely eliminates it for me. But so that's why I avoid caffeine in my products. And it's nice to know that the Maisama skincare products do not contain caffeine because they use the green rooibos. Now, I purchased a bunch of Maisama products when they had their sale. I have the green rooibos gentle resurfacing toner. I have their green rooibos brightening face mask, their gel balm cleanser. I picked up a backup of the green rooibos serum light. I have their facial oil and their moisturizer, and I wanted to do a Maisama facial with you guys, and I was going to do that a while ago, but I never got around to doing it. I still owe you a couple of Viktoria De Ann facials, and eventually I'll get there. So let's do this, and I'll show you as this is setting on my skin. I like to let this sit on my skin for 15 minutes. When you're doing peels or these resurfacing toners, it's really good to let them sit on your skin for about 10 to 15 minutes before you go in with your other product. What I like about these is they are pocket and both sides are textured. And I like to spend a little bit of time here on my forehead because this is where I have the most texture and the most grouping of the large pores. So I go in here, I'll come up briefly on the sides, and I avoid my eye area, but I want to make sure I get into the crevices of my nose because these do have salicylic acid in them. So you have AHAs, BHA, salicylic acid, and then you have retinoic acid in the form of HPR. So I do take this over my lips too, so you could do that with your peel pads, gives your lips a nice exfoliation. And then I'll take it over here on the side. And then I'll take this down to my neck. Now there is a lot of product in these pads, and you can, I've tried using this all over my body, just one pad, or just like my face, my neck, and my chest, my arms, and my hands. And it's just enough to do like one arm. I know that they say like there's enough in here for the whole body. And I've tried it a couple times, and one time I was successful, but after that, I was not successful. So, okay. So, and then what I like to do is, because I do get I have large pores right in here, I just take the corner and rub it in here to help clean that out. All right. So this is quite tingly today because my skin is a little bit more sensitive than normal because of my allergies. And then I also did extractions on Sunday. I was going to do a full-on facial and do extractions and everything, but I was just too beat to do it. Okay. So we're going to wait 10 minutes. With this, I would definitely wait like 10 to 15 minutes because it does kind of like leave, it takes a little bit for this to absorb into your skin. And if you go in with your next product, you're not going to get the best effect. So I find that it's best just to let this sit on the skin for a little bit. Do you guys see like how good my jawline looks and everything? Looks great, huh? So today I did not do my workout. I slept through my alarm. I've been really, really tired. I haven't been sleeping, and this week, starting on Sunday night, I've just been so tired, and I've been sleeping through the night. And when my alarm goes off, I'm just like, well, today my alarm went off and I turned it off by accident. And I didn't hit snooze. And what happened was I slept through it. Now, other products that I like to use for exfoliation besides the green rooibos toner, is I love this Serious Glide Peel, which is a peel-off mask from Neova. So this, so Neova just raised all their prices $5 to $10. And there's products that I think, you know, they didn't raise too much that I would still consider buying, that I know are going to last me for a while and not just a month. So that's the reason why I'm not using their Total DNA Repair anymore, is because I think $125 for this for 1 ounce, and I go through this one a month, is just too much money. So I switched over to Photozyme. So my Photozyme order came in, and I'm going to go over that with you. But I do like their Serious Glide Peel. Now, I wouldn't say that this is anything special. I really like this before an event because it smooths out your pores and makes your skin look flawless. You get about 8 uses out of this, but you apply it to clean, dry skin, and it's really thick, and then you let it dry on your skin, and then you peel it off. And this has a really cool tingling sensation that can be uncomfortable, but I do like what this does for my skin. I will not be repurchasing this. I do have a backup one of this. I haven't used this for a while. I have one more use out of it, and it would be my 8th use. So I have that. Sometimes I do use the Viktoria De Ann lactic and collagen peel. I don't have it out right here. That's a 5% peel. I do like that. I shave my face once a week, so that's my second exfoliation. I try to exfoliate twice a week, one chemical, one manual, but there are some times where I need to add an additional chemical exfoliation, and that's where I would either use 1 or 2 of these, or I would go in with this, and then like on a Saturday, I would go in with the Serious Glide Peel, or I'll go in with this, or the Viktoria De Ann 5% peel, just depending on my skin. Now, I ordered 2 products from Photozyme. They had this deal where you, if you had the bundle deal where I think you got 30% off if you ordered 2. So I ordered the DNA Youth Recovery Serum to replace my Neova Total DNA Repair. And I ordered their sunscreen. Now this, you know, I started using on Monday when this ran out. So I'm testing this out. I mean, I can't tell you anything about it now. I've used it before. I went through 3 bottles of this. I didn't see much with my actinic keratosis then, but since Neova has pretty much gotten rid of my actinic keratosis, I can see how this works for my skin on maintenance mode. What I love about this is it's 115 for 1.7 ounces, so it's almost 2 ounces, and so I can feel comfortable using this twice a day. It's going to last me longer than a month. And they always have sales, and then you can also get this on subscription and always get the 30% off. So I'm kind of worried that, you know, since they are always discounting their products, that I'm just kind of wondering about, you know, how that's going to affect their products in the long run. But I do like the packaging of this better than the Neova, and we'll say the Calecim eye cream, because this is an airless pump, and what I like about that is that this part is clear where it looks white, and then the bottom just comes up so you could see when you run out, and you'll get every single bit of product out of this, where the Neova isn't ideal because you have to have one of those skincare spatulas and scrape out the inside to get all the product out. It's just a terrible packaging. So there's that. Now, the fail from this order is their Beyond Block Chem-Free Broad Spectrum SPF 30. So this is a titanium and a mineral a mineral sunscreen. Zinc. It has, let me see. I'm sorry, I'm getting twisted with my words. It's already turning into a long video again. All right, so this has titanium dioxide 10.20%. and then zinc oxide 3.70%. Now, the reason why I picked this up is because, one, it's a mineral sunscreen, and it has all 3 DNA repair enzymes in it. Now, it is tinted. I had this on my neck and my chest earlier. I should have had you guys take a look at this. Even though that this is tinted, it leaves a white cast on my skin to where it takes my neck down like 1 or 2 shades lighter than my face, and it's really noticeable when I wear my foundation. So this is such a thick and heavy formula. Now, it's so thick and heavy that the pump won't even go back. So I'm going to put this on my hand. I did do the peel pad on there. I'm going to wash it off after. This is really hard. Like, it's really hard to come out. It's really, really thick. This is so hard to take off your skin too. Like, it won't even, the pump won't even go back. The packaging is so like cheap on this. And I think it's really too thick to be in a package like this. That's how thick this is. But as you can see, it is slightly tinted. Now, it is a very thick formula. It feels like I am putting on a sort of like clay mask on my hand. That's how thick it is. But when I put it on my hand and I leave it just like that, it looks really, really smooth, right? And it smooths out my hand. But as you can see, there is a white cast to this. The texture of my hand looks really smooth. It looks really moisturized, right? Now, this has a tackiness to it that doesn't dry down on the skin. It always leaves the skin pretty tacky. Now, this does not work well under makeup. I wore this yesterday, and I used my Guerlain Terracotta foundation, and it like sucked up my foundation. It made my foundation really hard to blend out. It looked horrible. And my Dior contour sticks wouldn't even blend into my skin. This really dries out my skin. It's not an ideal sunscreen if you're going to be wearing makeup. And it's just, it dries out my facial skin, but it doesn't dry out my my chest. It does dry out my neck a little bit right here to where you can really, it makes this area right underneath my chin look really dehydrated. Now, I was quite disappointed with this because this is $65 for when it's not on sale. And it is 2 ounces. And the catch of this is that it has the 3 DNA repair enzymes. And to me, for this, it was so hard to get off my skin that I think that this would be a good sunscreen if you have it and you don't like it and you want to use it up, is to use on your chest for outdoor activities or use it on your face for outdoor activities, because with how hard it was to get off, it would be great for anything to where you're going to be sweating or being in the water. But so very disappointed with this. I mean, you can return it, but it is kind of a pain in the tail to return products to Photozyme. You have to email them, you know, get the return slip. And then once you get the return slip, you have to send it to them, and then you have to wait for them to receive it. And then once they receive it, and then, you know, they'll just check the product and everything, and then they'll give you your money back. So it could be like a 2 to 3 week process before you'll see your money back. But so this sunscreen is terrible. It is an SPF 30. I do not like it. I do not recommend it whatsoever. It is not elegant. Makes me hate sunscreen. That's how terrible the formula is. I wish I would have never picked that up. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. I can't believe it. Let's go 5 more minutes. Now, I do love the Neovis Silk Sheer 2.0, and I'm probably just going to continue to purchase this because I just really love this sunscreen. Now, if you don't like chemical sunscreens, this wouldn't be for you. This is both a mineral with zinc oxide and then chemical sunscreen, and it has the 2 DNA repair enzymes in it. And I misspoke about this. I didn't think that this had the DNA repair enzyme in it that is activated by light, but it does. So this formula is the Silk Sheer 2.0. It's an SPF 40. This has a photo finish tint to it, so it blurs out your skin and it has a peachy tone to it that also evens out the skin tone slightly, but it makes a great makeup primer or to wear it by itself. I will say though that if you have drier skin, you will have to prep your skin underneath this pretty well because it has a tendency to dry out my skin. But I do love this formula. I have no issues with it, just other than if I don't prep my skin really well, it can be a little bit dry. They have 2 more formulas. They have their active formula, which has all 3 DNA repair enzymes in it. It's an SPF 43. That one is sweat and water resistant. I don't like that one for my face unless I know I'm going to be outside in the outdoors for a long periods of time sweating. That one is great, but for everyday use, it's not great for me. That one really dries out my skin. And that's what I noticed about some of these SPFs that are sweat resistant, waterproof, is that they have a tendency to be a little bit more drying and dehydrating on the skin. And then they have their everyday sunscreen, which is more moisturizing, and it can be doubled as a moisturizer and your SPF, and that one has 2 DNA repair enzymes in it, and one of them is activated by light. So that's really important. If you're looking for a sunscreen with DNA repair enzymes, you want to make sure it has the photolysomes or the photolysase. Now with the Neova sunscreens for the Silk Sheer, they raised it $5, so it's now $69, or I think they raised it. It used to be $63, so now it is $69. So they raised it $6 for 2.5 ounces. And I go through this usually about 1 a month to a month and a half, just depending if I use other sunscreens. The other 2 I think are like 63 each or 62. Now, where the DNA repair enzymes are important in your sunscreen is if you are someone who suffers from skin cancer, precancerous lesions, or you have actinic keratosis, you want to search for an SPF that has DNA repair enzymes. Or if you don't want to be using your, if you don't have any of those issues, if you're using your DNA repair serum during the day, you don't really have to use a sunscreen that has DNA repair enzymes, but I like to because I like to do double duty. If I'm just going to be running errands and I'm just don't want to do my full-on sunscreen, then I make sure that I have a DNA repair enzyme SPF. Isden makes one. It's their Europhytonia. It's not an elegant formula. It's very oily on the skin. I do not like the Isden SPF. There's also another one that's a little bit more affordable. That's by Lightsaber. They sell it at Sephora. It's $45, I think, for 2 ounces, and it just has 1 DNA repair enzyme in it, and it's the photolysase that is activated by light. But so I'll be still repurchasing that Neova DNA sunscreen. All right, so I'm getting tired here. So let's move on with the rest of my skincare. So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with my Calecim products. So since I did a peel, I usually like to go in with the Recovery Night Complex. So we're going to do that. Now I'm almost out of this and I'm almost out of my Calecim matte cream. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to apply this like a serum tonight. So I just took 2 pumps and then I'm going to apply the matte cream on top, sort of kind of like, you know, a double treatment, and my moisturizer. So sometimes I like to go in with, when I used to do this, I used to like to go in with the Neova Night Therapy moisturizer. That was really good. I felt like I was, you know, giving myself this total like copper peptide sun damage treatment because the Night Therapy has DNA repair enzymes in it, and then it also has copper tripeptides in it. That's the one thing, is I do like Neova's copper tripeptides, but there are other affordable brands out there. There's just some independent beauty companies that are really, really good, that have affordable options for copper tripeptides. So, so that was the night recovery complex. So I ordered the bundle deal from Calecim. Now with Calecim, I do have a discount code. It gets you 15% off. But where it's really good is on their bundle deals. So like for this bundle deal, it's $65 off. And then if you use my discount code, you get an extra $37.50 off to where it makes it so this is like almost free. So I ordered that deal myself, and that's going to be here on Monday. I ordered it along with the eye cream. As you guys know, I ran out of this, so I'm not going to be using that. I do love what that does for my skin, so I'm going to continue to use it. It's very pricey, and I almost didn't get it. But I really like what I see in my eyes, so I want to give it another bottle, and then we'll go from there. Now, I have been using the Viktoria De Ann Viopure Hydra Firm in its place, but tonight I want to use the Super Eye Lift Serum from Neova because I have to use this up. And then what I like about this is that it's the copper tripeptides and the DNA repair enzymes. So I'm going to put this on my eyes tonight. So I do use this once in a while. When I feel like I've gotten a lot of sun exposure. That's why I like having like the Neova eye creams or their moisturizers around for like if I do have, one of those days where I've had too much sun exposure, I can go in with those and let them, reset my skin overnight and heal it with the copper tripeptides. But there's just like gotten so expensive, with them raising their prices. Like a jar of this now I think is $140, and I'm not going to pay that. All right, so I'm going to go in with the Calecim MAC, and I'm just going to take my pea-size amount here, and I'm not going to add the pink serum to it. And this is just going to kind of give me a little bit more moisture and hydration to my skin over that night recovery complex, since I did a peel. And I'll wake up with really glowing, beautiful skin, getting it prepped for my birthday on Saturday. So there's another product that I picked up. So when the weather gets warm, I like to do self-tanning. And my favorite body product to use for self-tanning is the Pita Jane Mousse. I pick it up from Skin Beautiful RX. I love that. And so I have that. But, I don't self-tan my face, and I usually put the self-tanner all the way up to here. And sometimes it comes out on here and sometimes it doesn't. So I was watching a YouTube video, and one of these, a makeup creator, I think her name is Genevieve. She's so gorgeous. I just love her. I'll put a picture of her channel right here. But she mentioned using these, I think it was her. Might not have been her. Someone mentioned using these Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops. Now, they just reformulated these, and this is in medium. So this is for face or body. So you put 2 drops in your moisturizer at night, and you sleep in these, and then you wake up with glowing tan skin. So I'm going to try these tomorrow night on my neck and my chest to see, what they turn out and what the color is. And then I'm going to sleep with them in my skin on Friday and hopefully, give my face some color to where it will match my tan instead of me being tan from here down and then my face standing out. So I want to try these. I picked them up at Sephora, so I'll report back to you guys. Now, I didn't do my Viktoria De Ann Pepti Pad treatment on my lips today. I did it this morning, but not this evening because I'm doing this peel. And I just don't really like to use my Viktoria De Ann Peptis after I use these peel pads because they do contain the retinoic acid. If it was just going to be just the AHAs and the BHAs, I would be okay with it. But since it has the vitamin A in it already, I'm just going to skip it tonight. So I'm going to go in with my Atour Definitive Lip Treatment and just put that on my lips to finish off this treatment. And my skin looks really, really good. So, all right. So as of now, I am not going to be buying any more makeup, and I'm not going to be buying any new skincare. I'm knocking on wood, so I hope that that stays true, because I have to save up some money and I gotta stop spending money because I am just not gonna have any money if I keep spending. So let me know what you guys want to see. Do you want to see Viktoria De Ann facial? Do you want to see a Masama facial? Do you want to see some makeup looks with my new Dior palettes? Let me know down below. Please give this video a like. The likes, you know, I don't understand why I don't get likes, you know, that many likes on my videos. Like, I see these other creators that make a terrible video and they have like 100 likes. I can't even get 40. So what's up with that? So I need the likes and I need the comments. And if you don't feel like commenting, please leave me an emoji of your choice down below, just because the likes and the comments really help engage, you know, my channel with the algorithm. And like I said, if you want me to have more of a presence here, I gotta feel it, guys. I'm not feeling it, and so I feel it's easier for me to take time away and to step away from this and just completely cut myself off instead of remaining on here like once a week or twice a week, because there's other things, you know, that I could put my attention to that need my attention. But I always like to show up here for you guys too, because I love you guys. But if my channel is dying out, then it's dying out, and then maybe it's just time for me to, you know, just say goodbye, or just come on once in a while instead of trying to come on once a week. That's something I've been reflecting on, because, you know, being out here on the YouTube, it does kind of mess with your mental health. Like when you see these other creators who've been doing this for like a year or 4 years, and I've been doing this for 7, and they've already surpassed me with subscribers. And here I am, just barely over 7,000. It does kind of get disheartening. And it's like, what am I doing wrong? It's probably because I'm real. And a lot of these people out here are fake, and they just push, that people get suckered into that. And then I see, you know, people just make these crappy videos and they have 100, 200, 300 likes. And I'm just like, I can't even get that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And sometimes it makes me think like, well, maybe that is just time, or maybe just YouTube isn't for me anymore. You know, I've kind of been going like this, but then again, I don't do this for my full-time job. I can't do the lives. I can't, you know, keep posting stuff. I mean, there's some of these makeup content creators, they have a video up every single day with new products. And I'm like, oh my gosh, your makeup collection must be so huge. What are you going to do with all this makeup? But they keep buying all the new stuff so that they can make content. And I just think like, oh my gosh, you have more makeup than I'll ever be able to use in 2 lifetimes. How are you going to use all that? It seems kind of wasteful too. And I don't want to be like that. I mean, I have a decent sized makeup collection, but I also do declutter it and give away things that I don't use. I would say my eyeshadows are like probably just, you know, too much now, and I shouldn't buy any more eyeshadow, blush, or bronzers. I am done. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I must go. So I'm sending you all so much love and light, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like or leave me a comment down below. And I hope to see you very, very soon. When I come back, I'll be 48, not 47. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.